flip to your context clues page. All right, remind us what are context clues?
Context clues are a difficult word to help us figure out the meaning.
Yes, so hints around a difficult word to help us figure out the meaning. What's the first thing that we have to do?
Read around the word.
Read all around the word. The first word is peered. In your book, go to page 21. Here, and then once you find it, all right, go ahead and read all around the word for this, Keandre.
This is what is it?
Can you read loud and proud, please?
What is it? James asked back. Do you want to open the lid? He was too excited, very careful. He lifted the lid of the box and peered inside.
So now that we've read all around the word, what's the second thing that we need to do?
We need to say if it's positive, neutral, or negative.
Yeah, so if it's positive, we're gonna show me this, negative this way, positive, neutral, negative. Do you think the word is positive, neutral, or negative based off what Keandre just read all around the word? All right, so we have 3 votes for neutral. Now we need to try to replace the word with what?
A word similar?
A word or words that make sense. We need to try to replace the word with a word or words that make sense. We think peered is a neutral word. What do you think we could replace the word peered with?
Maybe
Look,
see,
saw. Anything else?
See them.
Okay. All right, let's try. Let's try look first. Very carefully, he lifted the lid of the box and looked inside. Very carefully, he lifted the lid of the box and saw inside.
Look sound better.
Looked?
Sound better.
All right, now we're gonna do, the next word is craned. Craned is on page 25. It is in the 3rd paragraph. Nicole, start reading for us. Wait, I'm sorry, one quick thing as a reminder. When we find a word and then we gotta do it. Read around the word. So that's what Nicole's about to do. Go.
Okay. He had smelled it and Mom had smelled it too. Dad had craned his knees, looking out
Craned his
neck. Craned his neck, looking out each window carefully. He'd seen lots of people on bicycles. They lived here in college, and the students mostly rode bikes to class. And he'd seen other cars and some people on foot. It was the beginning of spring, but it was still cold, so he had seen
All right, so what did she just do?
read around the
Read around the word. Now we need to decide what. Is it positive, neutral, or negative? So do we think crying is a positive word, a neutral word, or a negative word?
Negative.
Okay, negative, negative. What do you think? Do you think neutral? So we have 2 votes for negative. And 1 vote for neutral. Now that we figured, attempt to figure out the feeling of the word, let's try to replace it to see if we can narrow down which one of these it is. Is it positive or negative? But let's try to replace the word first. I'm gonna try to replace the word with a word or words that make sense. What can we replace the word crying with?
Hurt.
Hurt. Okay. Hurt.
And sore.
Sore.
Hurt.
Hurt. What do you think? Bent. Let's try and replace it. He had smelled it, and Mom had smelled it too. That had hurt his neck looking out each window carefully. He had smelled it, and Mom had smelled it too. That had sore his neck looking out each window carefully. He had smelled it, and Mom had smelled it too. That had bent his neck looking out each window carefully. Is there one of these words that we can eliminate?
Sore.
Eliminate the word sore.
I think it might be positive because he said carefully.
Let's try it again. So now we are down to crying. But can you repeat what you just said, Keandra? You think it would?
I said kind of think it might be positive because he said carefully. But I'm gonna stay with negative. Maybe I don't know.
Why do you think that it might be positive because of the word carefully?
Because carefully, it's not really a negative word. It's really a positive word. Like I carefully handled the pencil to Mom.
Okay. What did he just do? Looking at our chart. 1, read all around the word. 2, figure out the word, the feeling of the word, or 3, try to replace the word. By finding the word carefully, which one of these did he just do?
We replaced the word.
He looked all around the word. So let's look at it again. Then keeping in mind what Keandra just told us about what he thinks the word might be. He's saying that he might be thinking that the word could be positive, but we'll see. Let's try and add hurt and bent again. He had smelled it, and Mom had smelled it too. That had hurt his neck looking out the window carefully, looking out each window carefully. He had smelled it, and Mom had smelled it too. That had bent his neck looking out each window carefully.
I want to go with bent.
Why do you say bent and why do you say hurt? Why bent?
I said bent because when you look at the window, you kind of bend your neck, depending which direction you're looking.
Okay, what do you think?
I say hurt because hurt is more of a more used word than bent. I feel like I would say I hurt my neck looking at the window.
Okay, do you think we might need to gather a little more context? Come on, can you say it loud so she can hear you too? Okay.
It didn't say anything.
Did it say anything about him being in pain? That's what Simone just said. Okay. So what do we think now?
I think bent.
Why?
If you heard it, I'm pretty sure you say ow or something like that.
Okay, let's get some more context. Let's read a little. Let's go back up just a little more to see if we can get some more context to figure out what this word means. So we're going to read a little bit more. We're looking at number 1, reading all around the word some more. I'm going to the second paragraph. That did remember. They had smelled it just after they pulled off their street, Plum Lane, and onto Anderson Road. He had smelled it, and Mom had smelled it too. That craned his neck, looking out each window carefully. He'd seen lots of people on bicycles. They lived near college, and the students mostly rode bikes to class. And he'd seen other cars, and some people on foot. It was the beginning of spring, but it was still cold, so he had seen lots of hats and lots of stars. Final say. Which word are we eliminating? Hurt or bent?
Hurt.
We're eliminating the word hurt. Now that we've eliminated hurt, we're at bent. You're right. It should be, I would go with bent. Is the word negative, neutral, or positive?
Neutral.
The word is
Neutral.
neutral. So it's not positive or negative.